and welcome to Hate It or Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revelist, and today is New Year's Eve. Everybody's going out to party to celebrate the New Year's. I want to say, just make sure you celebrate it safely. I hope everybody has a safe and blessed New Year's this year. I want to also thank everybody that's been supporting my channel, liking my videos. Keep supporting, keep sharing. I would like to thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I love doing this holiday. I love talking about movies. Also love talking about music and doing music. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. And I would like to thank everybody for their support on that. So this video is going to be my top 10. That's right, my top 10 movies of 2022. I've seen a lot of movies this year, a lot of great movies this year. There's even certain movies I never got the chance to do my reviews on, which hopefully later in the year I get to do that. But these top 10, straight up my favorite. It may not be everybody's favorite movies, top 10s of the year. We may have different. That's why movies are subjective. Everybody loves certain genres and certain types of movies. But me personally, this is my favorite picks for 2022. At number 10. So number 10 is Prey. That's right, it's Prey, the Predator reboot. I gotta say, this movie was a great film. I love the dynamics that it was based in the past, in like the old days with the Native Americans. That was so good. The girl in this, she did a great, phenomenal job. The way they did the Predator and the special effects for this low budget film was great. I wish they would have put this out in the theaters. I think this would have been a great movie. It really brought Predator back to his form. So I advise, check that movie out if you have any time. And my number 9 is A Christmas Story. Christmas, that's right. I really dug this movie. A Christmas Story is my favorite, one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. And this sequel is another now part of my favorite Christmas movies of all time as well. I just love the fact that they brought back Ralphie. They brought back all the original cast from the original film. It was funny. It had a lot of heart. And it felt like, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I enjoy that as well. So if you have anything to do on the holidays, pick this one. Watch this one. It's a really good film. Okay, moving on to my number 8. So my number 8 is a Marvel presentation. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie. I really liked the trailers of this movie. It is Werewolf by Night. That's right, Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was an amazing film. The way they did it in black and white and the way they pushed the boundaries in black and white so they can do this, very hard rated R film. But since it's black and white, the ratings go down because you don't really see the blood because of the black and white. But the black and white worked for this movie. The movie was good storytelling, and it was only an hour, an hour movie. And let me tell you something. In the whole that hour, I felt like the movie was a good hour and a half because of the depth they had between the characters and also the story. They put a lot of things in this hour, and it did not feel rushed. So I will advise you, check out Werewolf by Night. So my number 7 is a comedy. It is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's right, my number 7 is Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal. This movie was funny. I like the fact that, Nicolas Cage is kind of playing himself in this film, and he meets this guy that, they want to do a movie together. They want to direct a movie, and all this chaos and all this stuff happens. And it's a funny movie. It's probably one of my favorite comedies of the year. I laughed so much in this movie. I think this movie was great. I advise you to check it out. So now in my number 6 pick of this year is another Christmas movie, and that is Violent Night. That's right, Violent Night. This movie was everything I wanted it to be. It was Die Hard mixed with an actual Christmas movie. It was just great. Dave Hopper, playing Santa Claus. He was great at it. The violence, the hyper violence, and the John Wicky type of style was so great. and the aspect between the little girl and Santa was good. I like that we had like the Die Hard, references and the Die Hard things thrown in there on top of a little bit of Home Alone. Is a great movie. This is another one that I will watch every year for Christmas. It is super great. Check it out. Okay, now I'm on my top five films. My top five films of the year. And when we're getting into this, you know, there is like it was a rough to set these. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say, when it gets to my top four movies are the like I had a hard time picking where to put it because I like these movies so much. Every time I watch them, I like them more than the other ones. So this was a rough, top five because I didn't know what to put him where. I didn't know where to put him, but I think I did a really decent job of placing them. So I gotta say, my number five movie of 2022 was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's right, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I really enjoyed this film. I mean, I was a big fan of the original Doctor Strange, and this one having to go to certain multiverses. I know we didn't get a huge depth of multiverse stuff, but I feel like the multiverse stuff that we have was amazing, was great. I really enjoyed seeing the Illuminati. I really enjoyed seeing, all the different Doctor Stranges, and Wanda being the villain in this was like, it was so great. So I really did like this movie. This movie was like entertainment. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan. Had a lot of Army of Darkness, Evil Dead vibes, which I also enjoyed. But yo, I advise you check it out. I gotta say, my number four is Knives Out Glass Onion. That's right, Knives Out Glass Onion. Oh, it was a totally amazing movie. I find it better than the first one. I know some people like the first one better, but me personally, I like this one better than the first one. And don't get me wrong, I love the first Knives Out. But this movie, I just love the fact that you got it set up for the first hour and the explaining in detail of what's going on and what happened in the second hour. And the twists are really good. And just like the whole story is a perfectly woven story. And it explains to you in exact details, no plot holes, none of that stuff. I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to the next installments of Knives Out. Daniel Craig, once again, amazing. All the other cast like Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, they did an amazing job in this, and I am looking forward for more of these Knives Out movies. So my number three movie, and the funny thing about this movie, I was like, when I heard that Robert Pattinson was going to be the Batman, I was like, I don't know about this. But when I saw the trailer, I was like, wow, this movie was going to be epic. So yes, my number three is the Batman. That's right, is the Batman. This movie itself was like probably my favorite Batman, one of my favorite Batman iterations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Dark Knight is still my top favorite, but coming close to second place is freaking the Batman. I mean, this movie embodies Gotham City. It shows you the gritty of Gotham City. It actually shows you a lot of the detective points of Batman, which we never really got that in a lot of the movies. I mean, Robert Pattinson, he did an amazing job as Batman. I mean, the Riddler, the guy that plays the Riddler, he did a great job as the Riddler. I mean, and Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Once again, every time I watch the Batman, I still don't see that's Colin Farrell as the Penguin. And I'm like, I'm just shocked. Colin Farrell did an amazing job as the Penguin. And everybody else, Zoe Kravitz, she did a great job as Catwoman. I mean, this movie was just good. The action, the grittiness, the groundedness. Like, I can't wait for more the Batman movies. I can't wait to see what Matt Reeves has in store for us with the other Batman films. And I definitely can't wait for the Penguin show. I'm hoping for the same grittiness and the same as the Batman as self. So here we go. My top two movies of 2022. And so my number two film of 2022 is Avatar Way of Water. That's right, Avatar Way of Water. I gotta say, this movie was amazing. I was a big fan of the first Avatar movie. James Cameron, you did it again. I mean, you did an amazing job. You know, you never bet on the dude. Like, just the technology and the effects on this is super amazing. Like the story, I love the story. You know, I love all the action sequences. You know, me being a dad, you know, and understanding where Jake's coming from and everything like that. So it really hit me with certain scenes and everything like that. But this movie was great, especially in the IMAX. I would advise you watch that in IMAX 3D. It's an amazing movie and it is an amazing experience. So finally, the last movie, the number one. And like I said, this was the hardest list to make. And my number one favorite movie of 2022 is Top Gun Maverick. That's right, Top Gun Maverick is my number one favorite movie of 2022. I gotta say, Tom Cruise, yet again, he's one of my favorite actors. I love the Mission Impossible movies that he plays. I just love his movies in general. And let me tell you something. You taking an old movie of the original Top Gun. The original Top Gun was probably one of my favorite movies. Like it's one of my favorite movies. I love Top Gun, you know. And to see this movie, you still have your nostalgia, but the story itself was really done well. The fight, the dog fights were amazing, and I like the fact that these were all real jets and doing these real dog fights. I mean, this was like an amazing movie. When I watched this film, I was just like, and I saw this on like the RPX. I saw this on the RPX screen, and I was like blown the freak away when I was watching this. And I was like, this movie is amazing. Everything itself is amazing. It worked real well. And let me tell you something, yeah. So that's it. My number one, yes, is Top Gun Maverick. I gotta say, if you haven't seen it, I say check it out. So once again, those are my top 10 2022 movies of this year. So I'm waiting for next year. There's a lot of movies in 2023 that I can't wait to go see. And that's going to be another fun trip, fun year. But yeah, let me go down the list one more time. My number 10 was Prey. Number 9 was A Christmas Story Christmas. Number 8 was Werewolf by Night. Number 7 was The Unbearable Massive Wave of Massive Talent. Man, that's a long-ass title. Number 6 was Violent Night. Number 5 was Doctor Strange. My number 4 was Knives Out Glass Onion. Number 3 was The Batman. And also number 2 was Avatar Way of Water. And last but not least, my number 1 was Top Gun Maverick. So check out all those movies. Those movies were amazing. And I'm hoping we have another good list next year. So let's see what happens. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what was your top 10 list of this year. And which movies really inspired you and which movies really liked you and which movies you really liked. Comment below, share my videos. Once again, thank you guys, and have a happy new year and a safe one. And I'll see you next year. Peace.